Yes.
Clancy,
Yes.
Alvis Watts, Miller,
Yes.
All right, we have a quorum. Number 2, discussion and possible action to approve the minutes of March 10th, 2022 special meeting.
Make a motion, we approve minutes.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Call for a vote.
Denham,
Yes.
Ragsdale,
Yes.
Clancy,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
All right, item number 3, enter into public hearing. Do I have a motion to enter in public hearing?
Move to enter the public hearing.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All right. Any further discussion? Call for a vote.
Denham,
Yes.
Ragsdale,
Yes.
Clancy,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Okay. We are in public hearing. Pryor Creek Investments LLC, PCI, has submitted a preliminary plat for the property in the city limits of Pryor Creek. Can I get a motion to waive the reading of that legal?
I'll make a motion, so move.
Second.
Got a motion and got a second, thank goodness. Call for a vote.
Denham,
Yes.
Ragsdale,
Can I say no? Yes.
Clancy,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
You just want me to read it, don't you? All right, we are now in public hearing. This any given time, if anyone from the public would like to come up and speak, please step to the microphone, state your name, and give your opinion. Please direct all comments towards the board and not anybody in the room, please. So is there anyone that would like to speak on behalf of the public? Anybody at all? It's kind of how these things work when we have a public hearing. All right, going once. Anyone want to speak for the public hearing?
Do you want me to stay, or do you want me to come up later?
No, we're going to have you probably talk on item number 4. If you're talking on behalf of your client.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. All right. So number 2, time number 2, anyone else want to speak from the public in relation to this? And thrice. All right. So if no one wants to speak from the public, do I have a motion to exit public hearing?
I'll move we exit.
All right.
Second.
Have a second? Any further discussion? Call for a vote?
Denham,
Yes.
Ragsdale,
Yes.
Clancy,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Item number 4, discussion possible action to accept the preliminary plat as listed in the legals attached for the applicant. Can I get a motion to waive that reading, please?
I so move.
All right, got a motion.
I'll second.
All right, got a motion, a second. Any further discussion? Call for a vote?
Denham,
Of course.
Ragsdale,
Yes.
Clancy,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
All right. So, we'll start off with Mr. Powell.
Yes, this is the preliminary plat for the Meadows at Stonegate. The developer has met all the criteria for the preliminary plat at this location. Detailed plans for streets, water, sewer, drainage are all ongoing. Those are not completed, but those are part of the next step. In fact, the next step after approval of the preliminary plat, if that's the choice of this board, would be for them to complete their final hydraulics report regarding what they're gonna do with surface drainage and how they're gonna handle it, as well as complete their detailed plans for utilities, including the submittal to ODEQ for approval. Once those approvals are gained and the hydraulics report has been approved, we will then accept their submittal of the final plat, and that final plat will come before this board for review and approval. Once that's done, then signatures will be gained from this board, and then it will move on to the city council for their action as well. Once that's done, it will go over to the county for review and filing.
All righty. Does part of this lie in the floodplain?
Sir?
Does any part of this lie in the floodplain?
The very bottom part of the property near the southeast corner is in a unidentified or unregulated floodplain at the present time. It has not been detailed studied.
Would you all like to speak? Again, state your name, who you're with, and
Can Can I adjust?
Yes, you
Sure.
can.
Sorry, I'm really short. Hi, my name is Katie Purdy. I'm a civil engineering intern with Ghost and Associates. My address is 113 East 8th Ave in Stillwater. I'm here speaking on the behalf of our client, Pryor Creek Investments. We are seeking approval for the Meadows of Stonegate Phase 2 preliminary plat. This property was annexed and it was zoned as RS 50, requiring 50-foot lot widths and 6,000 square feet as the area. This layout has 119 lots, one outlot for detention at the south end of the property. The project will be completed in 4 phases. The typical lot size here are 60 by 120 lots, so you're getting 7,200 square feet. The main access to the subdivision will be off Old Airport Road. There will be an emergency exit entrance access only at the southeast end, just so that's clear. Water, sewer, gas is gonna be provided by the city of Pryor. We'll tie in at the water on Old Airport Road, and there's another one down at the southeast corner that we'll tie into. Sewer, we're gonna have a lift station, and then we'll be tying into the new 4-inch force main that's being built by the city currently. We've been working with Steve Powell and Jared Crisp to coordinate our stormwater and our utilities. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them.
Where does that exit go to the southeast? Where are you?
So that exit at the southeast, there's kind of a cul-de-sac right there, and it will go up the Chimney Rock Road. I don't know, I can't point at a layout to show you. Do you have a layout so I can see one of
You
them?
can grab one of these.
They have one?
They have one down there.
So that, the access, well, this is the emergency access only, so there'll be like a crash gate here. The fire trucks, ambulance can get out this way if needed to go up, and this goes back out to Old Airport Road up here. I don't know if anyone can see that, it's down here, it'll be an emergency access only, it'll go this way, sorry, I'm backwards, this way and out if needed.
So you said it's gonna be gated?
So because the Stonegate is a gated community, so right now we're not gonna allow our subdivision to go through that way. So there will be a crash gate there. So it's not gonna be just like a fire truck could ram through it if they wanted to.
It's actually a little more formal than that.
I was gonna say,
That's-
It is a gate, and it will be locked, but there'll be a knock box on it so that the fire, emergency vehicles can access through it instead of blast. It's really more than, they'll have a key like we have in other subdivisions.
I was told a crash gate, but either way, it's gonna work.
well, me and the guy in the back there, we worry about that kind of stuff.
If you tell them it's a blast gate, they might just think they should do that.
Do you guys have any other questions
Yeah,
for me?
BK wouldn't like that, neither would the mayor, so. I don't have any questions for her. Except for the name, we already have a Meadows, don't we? And they said, oh, that's actually not in the city of Pryor. That's actually on the edge.
Is the other one called, the one you just
This
did?
is phase 2.
This is Meadows at Stonegate.
The Meadows at Stonegate Phase 2 is,
Yeah.
I believe, is the official name of the plat.
I just know we got a Meadows Circle there over on the other side of town.
I think Meadow Circles is part of another plat. It's not called the Meadow. It may be the Meadows, but this.
And are you gonna name the streets, street C, D, and E, and B, or is that just a preliminary?
Those are held in abeyance until the final plat.
Okay.
We will, since this is so far east, they will not follow the name configuration that we have on the existing roads, so they'll be able to name those, but we'll coordinate that with the developer to
I
make.
just know we have a street C and D already.
Sounds too much like a military base.
Well, my fear is us finding it and going to a trailer park.
What's the square footage of the homes they're planning on building? Doesn't really pertain to the plat, it was just,
I'm not entirely for sure, so I don't want to give you, but the lot sizes that we're doing are like I believe they're 2,000 square foot homes is a good estimate. It's not final, but that's my understanding.
and we are this is annexed.
This
It-
is
it-
annexed.
We'll have to have the setbacks and,
Yeah, setbacks are on the plat
All
and
on-
everything. Setbacks, Utilities, easements have all been coordinated with the city and Steve Powell, and we've worked through that part.
But they're RS-50 lots, right?
RS-50 lots, but they are 60-foot wide. They are bigger than what's required.
Yeah, just know like if you're doing a 2,000 square foot house on a 60-foot lot, that's pretty limiting. You know, I mean, if you're having to have at least 15 feet, 5 on one side and 10 on the other of a setback from the adjacent property lines.
Right, well, a lot of houses aren't like, they could be longer, so you
Right.
have some long and shorter fronts, so.
And then you have a percentage of back space, you have to have a percentage of the lot
Correct,
that's being involved in that.
correct. That is all accounted for in our drawings.
Okay.
And we've actually accounted even for bigger houses, just to be safe, to make sure we had enough room.
I'm assuming the buyer did due diligence. Is there any deed restrictions on any of this property? There, has it been looked into?
We're not at liberty to disclose that. We can go two-story homes, but we're not at liberty to disclose that for our client.
Did you look?
Did I look
Did
personally?
the buyer look? I mean, is it somebody done due diligence and looked and investigated whether there is or not?
Can you direct your question more specifically?
Do you know of any deed restrictions on the property?
Other than, no.
Shouldn't be,
It's
so
not
no.
our property.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
We're not part of Stonegate. I mean, you know that, right?
Right, yeah, but that's why I asked deed restriction. You can put it on any piece of property out there. I can write something to have a deed restriction on it. If I sell it,
No
you can't do it no
marijuana.
matter what. Yeah, no marijuana, no
Unrestricted.
water well, things like that.
Yeah.
When our client bought the property, there was no known deed restrictions at this time.
Anybody else have any questions for her?
I don't know if it'd be a question, just more of a little bit of concern about, you know, we talk about a lot about established character of the area, you know, and if we're talking about adjacent to some big homes and this is now smaller homes, what's that gonna do to the area around that? I know this is gonna be a large development.
Well, you have the contributing value from the larger homes that are worth some, to make it a more desirable area.
I guess just more of a comment. I'd prefer
Yeah.
to see RS-70. So,
If you're asking about covenants and restrictions, is that what you're asking for the deeds?
no, I just
No,
want to
he
know if there
was
was
asking about
just a
any
simple deed restriction.
Encumbrances on the property such as a mortgage
Yeah.
or a second lien or anything
Well,
like
that's
that.
not, yeah.
Just to
Somebody
give you a little
kept
hit.
mineral rights or something
Yeah,
like that.
little history, we got into a deal where we had some people wanted to make some smaller lots out, some bigger, and that, but you go back and dig into it, and they had to get a certain percentage of vote of the
Sure.
present landowners, property owners in that area, and it wasn't revealed until somebody dug into it and found out, and they kind of jumped the gun, and they didn't do it anyway, because they couldn't. Or it'd be a big step, go to court and all that, so just wanted to make sure that somebody's checked that before you go to all this expense and trouble.
Sir, you are?
Johnny Morgan. I'm new to the area.
Okay.
Okay, we went to the courthouse instead of here, so we're brand new. But I was listening to some of this, and I was just curious, and this lady probably can answer me. Out there, when we moved, one of
We
the
need them to
things
step
was
up.
all the lots were 1 acre, which was why, one of the reasons we moved.
Could you go to the
Yeah.
microphone?
We're going to get you up here so everyone can hear.
Well, I used to coach at Benita, Oklahoma, so I appreciate Pryor, you let us win.
Sit back down now.
Well, you know, what can I say? No, when we moved, we just been here for a month, and like I said, don't know the area, don't know, like I said, we went to the courthouse. So, no, when we were told that it's 1 acre lots, and there were certain covenants and things like that. We never received anything like that, but then we noticed everything breaking loose, and I'm not sure I taught math, but is that your dimensions, is that a half an acre?
No,
No.
sir.
No,
Is it
about-
less than a half an acre?
Oh, yes.
They're a little over a quarter acre.
So you,
They're urban lots, whereas yours are 1 acre lots where you
Right.
have septic tanks, on-site treatment. They have city sewer,
okay.
so that's why they can put more lots.
They were annexed in and
You're
Right,
not.
Right, so basically what you're saying, math-wise, I taught math, okay? So you're cutting 1/4 is what these lots from what the original concept was. So, yeah, I would think it would
'Cause
devalue a little bit if you're going to go that small. I mean, it just makes sense to me. When I reach in the candy jar, I just as soon get 4 as get 1.
yeah.
You see what
I think whenever they originally, when they looked at it, if it would, if they didn't annex it in, they would have to be an acre lots, I guess, for the septic to,
Right,
For it to
right,
work.
that's what I was asking, I don't know.
yeah. And I think whenever the city took
And
it,
it's called, what was it called?
Annexing?
No, excuse me, I understand, but what's the name of the place?
Oh, Meadows,
that-
Stonegate.
Stonegate, phase 2.
Okay, okay. There was just, well, you add on Stonegate, you think Stonegate. Or me personally, then you add on Meadows of Stonegate, so it's kind of deceiving a little bit, to me. So, that's my only concern was it's, gonna be a 1/4 acre lot, so you need it versus an acre lot, and that's correct?
yes.
Okay, so we're getting like broken arrow then, if you're going to downsize, and like, very smart, what you said on that, because of drainage and everything. So that's a concern, and I'm just the rookie to the town,
Yep.
so,
And the H&H will kind of help us through the drainage issues.
yeah.
The H&H study that is required, that they're,
Well, one part was undisclosed or something, obviously,
well, with the drainage, that wasn't disclosed, that was,
because there's almost a creek that runs down through there. So it is a concern, I mean.
Yeah.
When you go putting up structures or whatever, like you said, it will make a difference.
they got a detention pond already designed for it, and H&H study will determine if they need to do anything
And
further.
one other question I had, and I don't know the area, okay?
Hmm?
But going in and out, right now, we've got a gated community,
It will not be the same entrance.
okay? But the people will come from there, they won't come into
They
this
can't,
area?
they can't get in your subdivision.
Really?
I can show you a lot layout in a little while.
Okay, okay, I'm just, like I said, where these things are going in is by the road, and that's where the gate is. You know, so what you're saying is they're gonna come around another way and come in?
Those are not part of this project.
Okay.
Those 3 are not part of the one we're discussing tonight.
Okay, all right, okay, I just making sure, okay.
I'll explain a little bit better.
We try to
You're
get,
supposed to say, welcome to it.
Yeah, somebody can tell me how to get that up there. Hey, can you do it?
I don't know.
It doesn't,
Where's your mouse?
that's what,
Can anyone see my mouse up there?
no, it's not up there. And what, yeah, see, it's up there.
I have no
You
clue
can't,
where I'm
you
looking.
can't get to it, yeah, in fact, I just tried the down arrow buttons and that doesn't, hit those, go down. You try it.
Tab.
Tell me if I needed her, we could text her.
It's just, you know, the mouse is on here, you can see it on there, but it doesn't, that doesn't appear on. There's
I
a
mean,
copy,
hold it up here and you.
this is a copy of the
You
plat,
can
sir.
point.
You wanted to see that.
How does this connect?
Because Old Airport Road is right here. I mean, if you want to come up here, sir, you come on.
Yeah. Oh, you've been,
Gosh.
thought,
This is Old Airport Road, or 470 Road, is more common.
Okay, where do we come in?
They're going to be coming in here.
Over here. Right. Okay. We come in this gate. Here.
So this is Jimmy Rock.
Yeah, as you can see it.
I'm gonna try again. Okay.
uh-oh.
I'm gonna try to make it bigger.
So how are they gonna be not in our subdivision? They don't have access to our road, correct?
Correct. Except for that gate that they're talking about, that it's only going to be for emergency services only. That means only a fire truck or ambulance. It's not going to have, it's going to have a lockbox key on it, or we'll call a Knox box.
What is going up to keep them out of our subdivision?
Here, let me explain a little bit
There,
better.
can you,
These houses all face that way. None of them face here.
You probably, can you not just
They're
with
all
the arrow
facing
scroll it
this
down
way.
enough where they can
I
see?
live like
nothing to
somewhere,
do.
I don't know, somewhere over
Look at that.
Yeah,
Well, it kinda
yeah.
keeps these people from coming over.
I mean, I guess they can walk, but they can't drive.
Sure.
There's no road to get over.
Right, so it's still ran.
I think you just need to move it down on that sidebar.
In our subdivision.
They could walk if they wanted to. But more than likely, these people are gonna have backyard fences.
Almost.
They won't get to this site.
Did you need something?
Yeah. Because there's gonna be crash gate here, your house is facing this way, their houses are also facing the same direction.
What do you need?
The lots that I believe you were talking about are the ones that
Oh,
are
I was
going.
just where you come in the main gate.
Yeah. Well, that one's not gonna be a gate. Yours is, your main gate, which is gated, is over here. This is not gonna be gated.
And what she's guaranteed is no crossover.
No, she,
So it's all gated.
Well, it's the same old conundrum.
Behind.
You've got people that, moved out there to get
Right.
So
bigger
the
lots.
gate that you
They
guys put in
sacrificed to
is
be
this
out of city limits.
in theory.
Build their robot, done it, the robot system is a bit more expensive to build and maintain than just putting $350 fee to have the city come talk to it. Now, but on the other side of it, if they want to get city utilities,
Nope, I
the
just
city
wanted to
should
know
provide
how
them the
all
same
these people are not gonna have access to.
financial incentive to hook to it.
Click on it. Click on it.
Development. That was my deal years ago.
It's up now.
Trying to do this, if you do it without, then you do it wrong.
Right.
We have it up on the screen if anybody wants to use that.
But I said,
Too little, too late, as they say.
you're not doing it because
Yeah.
this wasn't, there's no deed.
I don't, thank you.
There's no legal.
She did so much work to get it there. I'm glad somebody.
Legal, as long as they do what they,
It's all to the property
you
owner,
need on there,
whoever owns this lot.
check everything. We,
And they
I ain't
can,
good. It's still a
then you're looking, I see your point. Build two-story houses and it will cut down on other people's houses. You can't,
If there's not a deed,
right, we can't have that.
you see what I'm saying? Because it was unplatted raw land that had no restrictions.
This, Airport Road's over here.
My sister and my brother-in-law run into that, where
Your
they're
interest is over there.
crowded out. They're developing many subdivisions on lots around here.
One of the only
This
countries,
is north.
we're pretty,
This is their access, your access.
most countries have, there's land for, if they allow zoning changes, they can come into all kinds of things.
Well,
You just encroach on each other all the time. You know, we have the most land in most countries. We're like, no, we want space for that. You can't come in my neighborhoods.
yeah, I'm, figuring that out here.
You ever gone down to Houston, look around?
Well, I mean, that's what we were wanting everyone, when we go to public hearing, is that if you have an issue, to come up here at that given point, because technically we're out of public hearing, and we are right, this right here, really shouldn't happen, but I'm trying to, yeah.
Little miniature disaster over there. Traffic.
In the perfect world, it'd be
I understand the
really small.
frustration.
That's the pond, that's the southern pond that's in Stonegate that you're familiar with, and you can just see the very edge of the pond that's going over.
You know, the bad thing about all this, I only walking 60 feet right here in town.
Can I clear up any confusion for you guys? Do you have get any additional questions while we? Okay.
Oh, that's you? Okay, well, that's,
See, that's what I'm saying,
Lucky.
right here is, oh, you
They wouldn't take care of it, they wouldn't mow it. I got a whole
yeah,
property.
but they got that
Piece
law.
of luck with
But
this
this is
tax.
what
So
the brown
if I still own it, if you want
Yeah, buy it.
Well, it's-
Really?
$350.
This will be blocked off.
And at that
This,
time, it was
as you know,
170.
you're not partisan.
Yeah.
okay, but I'm asking.
Yeah, I know.
And I still
I'm
own
saying
it,
you're
I'm
not,
landscaping it.
you're not in their covenants, you're not in your, consideration as being part of the gated community. But you are,
I got a
you're just on the,
row, I got everything.
you use the same road, but you're outside the
You
plat.
see what I'm asking you, right here?
Yes.
No one, so what you're saying is nobody's gonna come up and go down that road.
Yeah.
You got that on record.
Wait a second, how far, I mean, it's not gonna come all the way out to the
He won't be.
That's-
but
But that's what he's understanding just now, that's why he wanted it of record, and that's not the truth of it.
Ma'am, I'll speak for me. Right here, I was just asking, right here, is that these people, would they be able to come up here? I wanna make sure I can come on
Yeah,
out.
you're gonna be able to.
Right, right, but nobody else, this will be it, I'm the last one right here, right?
Correct,
And everybody else through here will be coming this way,
correct.
we'll be going that
But
way.
you'll still have your privacy.
Right,
Yes.
right, I'm just talking about traffic.
Hey,
Yeah.
before you walk off, can I get your name and number out?
Johnny Morgan, 918.
530.
Chairman, if there's no more questions, you can call for the motion.
I was gonna pause to give everyone a. All right. Any further questions from the board here? Going once? Going twice? I'll entertain a motion at this given time.
I'll move we accept the preliminary plat as listed.
I got a motion, do I have a second?
Can we ask that we do that with a caveat that they meet the engineering's requirements to come back? Is that
Sure.
okay to do that? I mean, because we've got a lot, pretty good list here, stuff that you've asked to be done, and just make sure that all this would be
Completed.
Absolutely.
included.
Include that.
So you wanna amend
I
your
will
motion?
amend my motion to include everything that Steve Powell has in his letter.
I will say those comments have already been addressed.
Second. I got a motion, got a second. Any further discussion? If not, call for a vote.
Denham,
Yes.
Ragsdale,
Yes.
Clancy,
Yes.
Malort.
Yes.
All right. Number 5, any unforeseeable business? Having none. Number 6, anyone have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
A motion, I have a second. I'm sure there's no discussion on that. Call for a vote.
Clancy. Throwing you, Clancy.
Yes. You skipped everything.
Malort,
Yes.
Denham,
Yes.
Ragsdale.
Yes.